Can't you see that your plan will only create even more division? Udell, please don't do this. Just trust me, Wanda. My plan will work. Are you good, Viv? I will be when Harley learns never to speak to me like that ever again. What are you thinking about doing? It's clear that Harley ain't got nothing better to do than to get on everyone's nerves. Maybe she should get an update about her man. I think it's time for her to realize that her man ain't living no more. But we don't know that. Exactly, Pacho. Nobody knows it for a fact, which is why we're gonna make the whole world believe that he's no longer living. What update do you have for me when it comes to Vivian Benedict? I confronted her about having a connection to Wade Pena. And what did she tell you? Vivian told me that she was never in contact with Wade at all. Is everything alright, Pacho? I'm calling to see whether you're still trying to make the world believe that Finnegan Burke is no longer alive. That wasn't something I said out of frustration. I plan to go ahead with this and crush Harley Drake. Udell, why didn't you tell me that Jeremiah and Shelley would be here? Because it would have been a lot to explain over the phone. Well, I'm here in the flesh. What's going on? I've called this meeting to ensure that we all work together to keep Owen Grant in line. You need to stop surprising me like this, Wanda. Luckily, my apartment isn't a mess. But don't get me wrong, a surprise visit from you is always welcomed. Why didn't you heed my warning, Owen? Sorry, it's just that you're so beautiful. I can't remember what your warning was. You know exactly what I'm talking about. I specifically asked you to leave the Dorvals alone, and you went ahead and kept going after them. You're the PI, Benedict. It should be clear to you that Vivian is lying. Can you blame me, Tio? The two of you are habitual liars. It's clearly genetic. Sharing the same father does not make Vivian and I family. That's how it usually works. On top of that, you never knew me to be involved in the feuds within our family, and I'm not going to start today. I understand that Harley said some messed up things to you the other day, and that she's trying to get into your head. But a lie like this will affect people other than her. Who's to say it's a lie? For all we know, Finnegan Burke might not even be alive after his lunatic son tried to blow his brains out. Besides, Finnegan had beef with plenty of people before he fell into a coma. Exactly. Finnegan was Keith's first victim before he took the gun to school, Viv. If we say that Finnegan didn't make it, all it will do is bring up memories for everyone affected by the tragedy that took Ulysses' life. Not that I'm opposed to this plan at all, but why form this sort of alliance to keep Owen in line? Because he's been out of control lately, Heidi. Out of control how? When Jeremiah and I visited the construction site for the house I'm trying to build for struggling mothers, Owen showed up out of nowhere. Alright, I'll admit how that sounds pretty sketchy. Try not to get upset with me, but I tried to warn you. I tried to ask you to hold off on this project until the election was over. Are you kidding me? Heidi, I shouldn't be required to only help others on someone else's timeline. Most of all, I won't sit down and do nothing while it's clear that Owen is trying to sabotage my project. I did exactly as you asked, Wanda. Are you seriously gonna stand there and lie to my face? I'm not. Udell told me otherwise. What has your husband been saying about me this time? He told me how you showed up at the construction site for this house which Shelley Dorval is about to build. Now, are you going to tell me the truth, Owen? It was just a coincidence. I decided to take a walk and happened to run into Jeremiah and Shelley Dorval. How do you claim to love me when you insult my intelligence? That's not what I'm doing. Don't try to persuade me otherwise, Owen. I'm here to let you know that if you don't stop doing what you're doing, then there will be consequences. You can't be serious. Are you seriously gonna allow Vivian to get away with this when you've known me all of your life? Getting in touch with a mobster is much more than a family feud. Knowing you all of my life doesn't win you any points, Zio. Benedict, if you fall for Vivian's lies, Then you're a bigger fool than I thought. Vivian is CEO because you fell for her lies. So what does that make you? Before she stole Russo Jewelers, there was no way of knowing that your grandfather was unfaithful and created an illegitimate baby with the family cook. Are you willing to tarnish our family's legacy by refusing to help me? Hear me out, Pacho. I ain't trying to bring up painful memories about your younger sister's passing. I know that, Viv. But the fact remains that painful memories will pop up if you make the whole world believe that Keith Burke actually ended up taking his father's life. Do you not get how Harley will keep on coming after me if I don't go through with this? Okay, so we keep Owen in line. How exactly do you plan to do that, Udell? First, I'd like for you to get the rest of your family involved. Sorry, but I don't see that happening. Why not? Because they're too focused on keeping an eye on Vivian since she became CEO of Russo Jewelers. Still, I'm certain that your family doesn't want to see you lose your position. Except Russo Jewelers means everything to the family I married into. This alliance right here is all we need. But I'd also like to know what the endgame is in regard to keeping Owen Grant in line. Are you threatening me, Wanda? No, I'm not threatening you. In fact, I'm actually trying to help you. I don't need to remind you that Shelley Dorval convinced your teenage daughter to keep her baby. Again, if I was going after the Dorvals, why would you care what happens to that family? I'd care if you were going after anyone, Owen. What is this really all about? Don't ask. Just do as I say. I highly doubt that you're telling me all this out of the kindness of your heart. And I know that your heart is full of kindness, Wanda. You told me that you wanted to help me, but I don't feel like I'm being helped. Believe me, Owen, you are. How? Do you not get that the more you proceed to partake in reckless behavior, Udell will eventually try and come after you? Tio, the whole world knows that Vivian is No-No's illegitimate daughter. Our family's name has already been tarnished. I'm letting you know this right now. If you refuse to help me, then you'll regret it. I'll take my chances then. Are you sure that you can't find another way, Viv? This is the only thing that will completely break Harley. Please tell me that you'll help me, Pacho. Pacho is Owen's biggest endorser in his campaign. So do you expect us to go after Pacho before going after Owen? The plan is to go after both of them at the same time so that Owen can lose Pacho's endorsement. Are you saying that you plan to turn Pacho and Owen against one another? That's exactly what I'm saying. Udell is trying to come after me? How? As if he'd share the details with me. How much do you know? Would it make you chill out when you find out that he'll get the Dorvals and the Russos to come after you as well? Clearly those families don't like you either, Owen. Powerful families. And I've got a powerful ally in Pacho Torres, a member of the most influential family in town, Wanda. You don't need to worry. I'm not worried about you, Owen. I'm worried that there will be an unnecessary battle since it's clear that this election is getting too heated. Just stop acting foolish because even with Pacho Torres on your side, this is a war you cannot win.